Hey guys, it's Relic with Skulltag Films, and what I want to talk today about is a topic that a lot of people talk about but really don't get too involved in. And being a channel that's involved with gaming, tech stuff, I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to go into this topic, and that is being a video game tester. Now, if you guys seen the movie Grandma's Boy, then you know what I'm talking about. You kind of get a nice look at what being a video game tester can be like. Now, I'm sure in the movie it's a little over exaggerated. Being a video game tester really does take a lot of tedious work. It is a job, after all. It's not just about sitting around and playing video games all day. You do, of course, play a lot of video games, but one of the things I think people don't realize when they look into being a video game tester is it's really a quality assurance job that you have in the video game industry, which is a nice job to have. It's a very cool job to have, but it's still a job. And usually, with insight that I've gotten with people who have been video game testers, is you play usually the same game over and over and over to the point where sometimes you're even tired of playing that game, but you're doing it to find glitches, you're doing it to find things in the game that need to be corrected, and then submitting those quality assurance forms over to the programmers and developers who can then get them corrected. But it's definitely a career that can open up to other experiences out there, other opportunities in the video game world. I mean, you're talking about a $50 billion year industry here, so there's definitely money and opportunities to make lots of it. One of the things I did want to go is as far as expectations, as far as what you can make as a video game tester. I've heard of people making around $20 to $50 an hour as a video game tester. It really depends what company you work for. If it's a smaller company, you may not get paid as much. Opportunity for employment may not be there because they may be filled up. But if you look at a larger company, maybe companies like EA, Square Enix, a lot of these companies, usually with these, you can find jobs somewhere in their video game testing or quality assurance careers that they have, and there's always jobs opening, always different departments you could be in, and always opportunities to move up. The thing that's great about being a video game tester too is it's really the entry level for going into more different career paths within the video game industry. Now I'm talking about as far as being a developer, a programmer, if you want to go to that route, storylining, all kinds of different stuff. But being a video game tester is really the entry level to get your foot in the door and get some experience in doing so. Now, one good perk is you get to play the newest games that come out. As a lot of you know, a lot of these games have to try to go out bug-free, perfect as possible, and a lot of times we notice that there is still glitches in the game. There is still things that could have been corrected or could have been done better. But I think for the most part, video game testers kind of filter out majority of the mistakes and things that need to be corrected. Game developers want you to think that these games are error-free going out, and of course that's not always the case because no video game is ever 100% perfect. But as far as being a video game tester, you'll be able to kind of weed these things out and get them as polished as possible before they hit the store shelves. Now, the problem with video game testing, a lot of people want to do it, but a lot of people don't know how to get into the industry, and that's why I wanted to make this video. There's lots of different ways you can get into the industry. One of the main ways you can really go about it if you want to be aggressive is contact the video game companies directly. Do a Google search on them. Check out emails, phone numbers, whatever you can find, maybe career opportunities that they have it on their website, and see if they do have openings for testing. One important thing to look for if you're going to be Googling this or if you're going to be inquiring about it directly with a company, a lot of times they don't always refer to it as video game testing. They might refer to it as quality assurance tester, QA tester, different different titles that they might have. It might not always be listed as just video game tester. It's kind of a vague answer, I know, but a lot of times they might have different titles for the job. So keep an eye out when you look for these things. If you do find it on a career section on their website or whatever they might have. But I'll post some links in the bottom for some helpful websites that you can check out for basically companies that offer an opportunity to get you, give you an opportunity to get into the door, get your foot in the door with the video game industry and see what it's all about. There's programs out there that can give you tips and tricks to be a video game tester and get you prepared to be in the industry. So that way, if you do get an interview or if you know of an opportunity to get in the game industry, then you have kind of a heads up. You have a little bit more firepower going in there, so you can land the job. As you may know, there's probably going to be a lot of people trying to get these jobs because you can make some pretty good money doing it, and they're usually pretty sweet to have. But a lot of times, basic requirements. I mean, a lot of times they'll prefer college degrees. In animation development and storylining, different things like this, but it's not always necessary to have, especially if you're just going in as an entry-level game tester. A lot of times, though, they will want you to have things like a high school diploma, a GED, of course. They will want you to be an avid gamer, someone that's not going to get tired of playing a video game and want to quit right away. Somebody who does have attention to detail and possible previous work history, maybe as a quality assurance tester, data entry person, things like this. But I'm going to go ahead and put some links in the description bar and give you a chance to really check out some of these sites that I found. A lot of them do provide some good information, and do know a few people that have made their way into video game testing, and they love it, and it's definitely a good opportunity to get into the business if you want to do other things. If you'd just like to have it as a job as a video game tester, if you would like to take it to the next level and be a developer, be a programmer, maybe be an executive programmer someday. Yeah, you make the big bucks, make the big decisions, but it's all up to you. So check out the links in the description, guys.